One of the amazing things about this hotel is that it's set in 54 acres. And I don't know if you know what 54 acres looks like, but I don't, but it is absolutely huge. I've been here for a couple of days. I've been walking around. I still haven't covered all of the site. And one of the benefits is that it has a coastline, a rocky coastline. And so you can take a walk along that coastline. So let's go and have a look at some of these walks, which is a fun thing to do when you're on holiday. Okay, so we're now walking away from the main infinity pool. This is the building where a lot of people are sunbathing around here. They're very relaxed. There's not really a big scramble for beds. Plenty of beds. You don't have to worry about not getting a bed. The pool is a little bit cool over there, but it is quite hot, so you don't really mind going in the cool pool. But let's take a walk down this coastal path, which is literally a stone's throw from the pool. So I'm now onto the coastal path. So let's take a walk along this cliff edge and see what it's like. So here we are at the start of the walk, some quite steep steps. So you need to be relatively fit to be able to do this, but it's fun if you're doing this with the kids. Yeah, it's going to be a great thing to do. And the hotel has actually built a nice little boardwalk here. It's got safety rail, so you can see this amazing cove that opens up beneath me. I've done separate videos on that beach, but it is a fantastic coastline, really picturesque, really nice. There's a nice breeze. You may have noticed that I've got my wind cheater on my microphone just to try and counter the breeze a little bit. But this is a really, really nice walk. You sort of feel like you're on the cliff edge, but it is totally safe because of the boardwalk and the handrails. But you do have some quite big drops, like this one. Not sure I'd want to scramble down that. Sure somebody would. Really great views, and then obviously out to the Mediterranean Sea. And over there we can see Albufeira, which is one of the big holiday resorts here in the Algarve. And there's no handrail here, so if you are coming with kids, you need to be a little bit careful because there is quite a steep drop. Here you can see some people sunbathing on the beach, and there not many, fairly secluded. And we'll just carry on round. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. A couple of people here. And now we're onto the cliff walk itself. So as you can see, this is now more of a cliff edge walk. So I would be careful if you're coming with children. Actually disregard what I said a couple of minutes ago. You need to make sure that everybody who's coming along here is capable and not going to do anything crazy, because we have got quite a big drop down here. Not sure how big it is, but I certainly wouldn't want to do it. But this is a lovely walk, and it's just a nice break from the relaxation. Not that you need a massive break from the relaxation, but sometimes sitting around, getting in and out of the pool, having a bit of lunch can get a bit boring. So it's nice to be able to take this walk. And of course, this is basically a private walk because this is within the grounds of Vila Vita Parc Hotel. So nobody else can come here apart from residents. So it's totally safe. You're not going to meet any bandits or anything like that. You don't have to worry about being accosted and somebody taking your phone off you. You can just wander along here. And now we're starting to see Albufeira itself. So you can see in the distance there, we've got the public beach and all the high-rise buildings. And Albufeira is a fun place to go. It's obviously just a very short taxi ride away. You could walk it if you wanted to, but if you're staying here, you probably don't want to be doing any walking. You can see the floor here is a little bit more uneven and a bit more rocky, but it's still fun, still safe, it's fine. It's plenty wide enough that you don't have to worry that you're going to go over the edge. But yeah, it's just a fantastic view. Look at this. Look at this amazing view of the Mediterranean all the way along, and there's nobody in sight. Because this is essentially a private area, it's only people from the hotel who are going to be on this walk. So once again, this is another reason why this is one of certainly the best hotels in Portugal, if not the best, and one of the leading hotels of the world. This is actually part of the leading hotels of the world group. But having a little walk like this just gives you that added extra, because as you've seen in the video, or as you will see, there's lots of things to do here. There's golf and tennis and paddle and football and basketball and obviously lunch and all of those sorts of relaxation things. But it's nice also to have a nice walk. And so you can come out in the morning, take this walk, and there's one on both sides here. You can see again, got a lovely cove down here, very secluded beach. Not sure how you get to that one. Just a really nice coastline And then we've got some more of the apartments. Actually might be the apartment that I'm staying in, one of those, because I've got some golf near to me. But this is just a really pleasant walk. Definitely recommend it as part of your trip. Maybe you could do this in the morning each day, just as a daily routine. Get up and walk from one side to the other. It's obviously quite long, so I won't keep the video going for the full time because it'll probably be a half an hour walk for me. But you can see that I'm now coming back round towards the actual park itself. So let's actually just see how far it goes and where it takes us. You can see golf flag, some golf flags. That's the 9-hole golf course, the pitch and putt course, and only pretty small, just for fun, really. But you can see this is a really nice walk. It's a little bit challenging and steep here, but nothing too major. I mean, I've got my Crocs on, so it's not as if I'm in walking shoes. I'm doing absolutely fine. So I'll just go over to that edge over there. Let's have a look, do one last look at the scenery before signing off on this video. But let's have a look. So this looks particularly nice, the view from here. I'll take some photos here, I think. And there's another little coastal path you could walk on there, a bit more exciting. And yeah, we can just go to the edge here. What a fantastic view. Amazing scenery, really nice coast. You can see Albufeira in the distance, which looks pretty busy, the beach. And then we've got a small boat out in the water there. Pretty quiet though, amazing. This is what I would call paradise. It's just incredible. And you've got your own private walk as part of this hotel. So here we go along this lovely trail. It isn't very safe, there's no handrails. There is quite a steep drop here, but I'll be fine. I've got my trainers on, and it's early in the morning, so hopefully there's not going to be anybody I'm going to bump into, literally, because if I did, then I might end up down there. But that's the whole point of this channel, is really to try to encourage you to go out and do things. Maybe do a bit of exploring like I'm doing at the moment, because this is the first time I've done stuff like this since I was about 7 or 8 or 9 years old. Because as an adult, you tend to be the responsible one who has to tell the children to stop doing things, all of those sorts of stuff. You don't really do a lot of adventuring on your own. What I want to do here is really just have a bit of fun, have a bit of me time, where I can do things that are enjoyable for me. So let's see where this goes to. It looks like it's the end of this particular rock formation, so got some big drops here, but look at the view of the Mediterranean Ocean. Wow, this is incredible. So I've got a really big cliff edge here. Woo, that wouldn't be fun to fall down there. But what an amazing view. It's early in the morning, which is why the sun is low in the sky. And the reason I got up early is really, well, firstly to film this video, but secondly, what's the point of lying in bed when you're not really asleep? I woke up this morning at about 5:30, couldn't really get back to sleep, and just thought, well, I could just lie here pretending to go back to sleep, or I could get up and do something. So I'm doing this, and I think the payoff has been well worth it. So let's carry on along this coastal path and see what else we come to. And hopefully you're enjoying joining me on this journey. The point of this video and this whole channel is really to start exploring things, having a bit of fun in life, because I think we all work too hard. We're always focused on just hitting that next deadline, getting to the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, hitting your targets, all of those sorts of things. And whilst that is great from a sort of career and goals perspective, when you look back on your life, if you're on your deathbed, you're not going to remember all of those targets and the monthly appraisals and budgets, all that type of thing. You're going to remember all the fun stuff that you did. And nobody looks back and think, I wish I'd worked a bit harder. I wish I'd actually stayed in the office a bit longer. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to actually enjoy life and sort of have a bit of fun. And that really is the point here. What I'm trying to do is force myself to come out and do some stuff and actually see some things. And hopefully by watching this video and sort of joining me on this journey, it might encourage you to also do the same sort of thing, because it's never too late. You know, that is my motto in life. It's never too late, because it isn't. You can always find time to do something else. And there's another cliff edge here where we get another incredible view. So we've got quite a nice view down there, but if we look over this side, you can see it's opened up a whole new coastline. We've got some hotels there, we've got some boats moored in the water. Lovely formation where we've got some cliff edges just an incredible start to anybody's day. Really fantastic. You can see all the way around, there's just no activity. The world is quiet, everybody is in bed, and the payoff of me getting up early and coming on this walk has been well worth it. So just before we start, I thought I'd have one more look along the horizon. What a perfect day this is. So let's head along this coastal path and see what we can find. And one of the reasons why I set this channel up was really, firstly, to get me out of the Joe Blogs office, because I've spent the last 3 years holed up talking about economics and politics and all of that very interesting stuff, which is great. But it's now 3 years later and I haven't seen the daylight. So I wanted to come out and explore the world. So setting up the Joe Blogs travel channel is going to force me to do that, because I'm going to have to make some videos to put up onto the channel for you guys to watch. So I've come here to the Algarve, which is one of the most beautiful places in Europe. It's down in the south of Portugal. Obviously it's the coastline. This is the Mediterranean Sea here, which, as you can see, is almost completely deserted. There's not many ships here. We don't have any tankers or anything like that. And the Algarve does have some incredible coastline, as you can see from here. And I'm staying at this hotel. And if you're interested in seeing the review of that, check out the channel. If it's not up there already, it will be coming soon. This hotel is actually classified as one of the leading hotels in the world. And it's regarded as being the best hotel in Portugal, which is why I've come to it, to see whether or not that claim is true. But it is located in a fantastic position. And this beach here, along with some of the other beaches along this coastline, essentially are private to this hotel, because the hotel owns this land and the only way of getting to these beaches is to come through the hotel. So it's quite exclusive, but it is fantastic. And getting up early in the morning like this and coming for a stroll along this really quite nicely designed walk, it's just a brilliant start to the day. And what I'm trying to do is encourage everybody to change their routine. I don't normally get up early and go for a walk like this. I would normally get up and then start doing some research to talk about what's going on with Russia or China or Donald Trump or Keir Starmer or the United Kingdom or God, anything really, whatever is going on that particular day. And that's great from a mental perspective, and it's fun to do some videos, but actually life is passing me by. And I think that's one of the things I realised, is that I need to start getting out and doing more things and actually seeing the world and going outside and just living a little bit, because otherwise I will wake up one day and it will be too late. Now there is a lovely deserted beach down there. I have checked that out, and you can find that on a different video, but I'm going to continue along this coastal path. Now I haven't actually been this way yet. This is the first time that I've come here, so hopefully you're enjoying joining me on this journey. I don't know exactly what's around this corner, but hopefully it's nice scenery. I mean, just take this in, just breathe it in. And hopefully you're getting that feeling now that you should be doing a bit more. Maybe you should be setting your alarm clock half an hour earlier, going out, having a bit of a relaxation time, a bit of me time, which sounds, well, look, there's quite a nice, if I was younger, I'd probably scamper down that. Not sure I fancy doing that this morning. I think I'll just carry on along this path. But yeah, a bit of me time is actually important. And obviously, me time does sound quite selfish. It's all about me. But that's really the point, isn't it? Is that you need to look after yourself. You need to enjoy yourself, because you only get one chance. I'm going to go down this slightly rocky section here. It's a little bit challenging at this time in the morning, but why not? I've got up early. Might as well see if I can do something a bit different with my day. Okay, so I've just got down there. Wasn't particularly difficult, but it was fun. And I haven't done stuff like this since I was a kid, where you come exploring, walking along paths, along rocky little coastlines, and just look at the view. Wow, it's just incredible. Let's go along to that outpost there. And I think that's probably where I will stop for this particular section. But I just wanted to get that message across, that you only get one life, you only get one chance. And so you need to make opportunities for yourself. They don't always come your way. You need to actually go out and do things. And I've now discovered this amazing view of this private little beach here, all the way over to Albufeira, which is one of the big holiday resorts. It's over there in the distance in the Algarve. Everybody will be in bed because they're all raving till 7 o'clock in the morning. But this is just an incredible find, an amazing view, amazing walk, and a really well spent hour of my day this morning.